please subscribe to our channel. In today's Rewatch, we'll see The Sadness is an especially brutal film about societal collapse and how public health crises like COVID-19 amplify whatever savage impulses lie dormant within us. Set in Taipei, we follow a young couple named Kat and Jim, who wake up in bed together and get ready for their normal daily routine. Kat and Jim's world is in the middle of a virus pandemic that some claim could be just a hoax or something far worse yet to come. Medical experts and government officials butt heads over the alvin virus, a flu-like infection. The government has refused to take large-scale measures to prevent the transmission of alvin, and many ordinary people doubt that the virus exists at all. However, some virologists fear that it has the potential to mutate and cause serious illness. The couple feels the first sense of something askew when Jim is giving Kat a lift to the nearest station. They catch a glimpse of the remains of a dead body being taken to an ambulance amidst the presence of police, seemingly a result of a street accident. Things quickly escalate on Jim's return journey from the station, though. In his usual breakfast place, an old woman in a hospital gown appears. Although, at first, she seemed timid and almost catatonic, to be honest, she quickly changes her state. And this is where the proverbial shit hits the fan. What follows after sets the tone of the film. As a viewer, the immediately following massacre at the food joint at the hands of a grandma is going to be the first test. If you cannot stomach the literal face-scratching scene, then it is better to avoid venturing further. Shocked and petrified, Jim returns to the house with some difficulty, as sporadic riots emerge everywhere. As he tries to reach Kat, he is immediately attacked by his neighbor. Blood-red eyes reflecting a manic gleam, the previously friendly neighbor shows zero reluctance in his desire to chop Jim alive. A kerfuffle ensues, and Jim survives and manages to kill the new beastly version of his neighbor. But not without paying a costly price. The neighbor manages to chop 2 fingers of Jim with a garden scissor before he succumbs. As Jim, sans 2 fingers, gingerly progresses toward the destination of Kat, we are shown what is happening in the other part of the town featuring Kat. On her journey, Kat is bothered by an overtly and creepily inquisitive middle-aged businessman. Kat tells him off sharply. One can tell that this businessman will be the antagonist from his demeanor even before he transforms. Meanwhile, Kat's train is attacked by 2 infected men who stab passengers with knives and infect others, including a middle-aged businessman who has confessed his fascination with her. As other infected passengers slaughter the others, Kat escapes from the train with Molly, a woman who was stabbed in the eye by the businessman. The businessman pursues them, armed with an axe. Kat and Molly arrive at the hospital, which is overrun with those who have been harmed by the infection. The government broadcasts an emergency message vowing to take control of the situation, but an infected general then kills the president with a grenade. The hospital patients begin to panic, distracting the police officers there, just as the businessman and other infected locals break through the doors. Kat escapes into a stairwell as the businessman rapes Molly's eye wound, infecting her. Jim escapes to the outskirts of town, passing scenes of sadism along the way. He manages to contact Kat, who tells him where she is. As they talk, he begins to cry, and hallucinates that a discarded mannequin head begins to lap up his blood and sweat, signs that he is infected. Elsewhere, the businessman continues his pursuit of Kat through the hospital's off-limits hallways, but she crushes his head with a fire extinguisher. Kat is then rescued by Dr. Wong, who has been hiding in the maternity ward. Wong explains that he attempted to find the cure for the alvin virus, which, in its mutated form, connects the parts of the brain that govern sex and aggression. Wong also theorizes that the reason the infected cry is because they are fully aware of the terrible things they do, but are completely unable to stop, likening it to resisting the urge to blink. When Kat finds an infected baby in a medical waste bin, Wong injects her with a serum of the virus to test if she is immune to it. He admits that he had conducted similar tests on the babies who had been abandoned in the ward, but all of them had become infected. Wong was forced to euthanize them. If Kat becomes infected, he will kill her too. If not, she holds the key to stopping the virus's spread. Kat manages to text her location to Jim, who has just arrived at the hospital. Realizing she is immune to the virus, Wang calls for a military helicopter, intending to take her to a safe location. He warns her that without him, she will not be rescued by the soldiers. As they make their way to the roof, 2 infected attack them. Wang manages to kill them, but is wounded. Jim then arrives and, after a struggle, kills a now infected Wang, who admits with his last breath to having enjoyed killing the babies. Kat realizes that Jim is infected and locks him outside the stairwell to the roof. Jim tells her that being infected feels wonderful and that he can think of no more loving act than to mutilate and kill her. Kat begins laughing hysterically, either because she is psychologically broken because of what she has experienced or because she is succumbing to the virus herself. She flees up the stairs and through a door leading to the roof. Shortly after she exits, the sound of automatic gunfire becomes audible. Sitting against the stairwell gate, Jim dies with a grin upon his face. So that's the Sadness rewatch. I hope you like this video. Please leave a comment and subscribe to this channel. See you in another video. Bye.